amazing time and laugh and enjoy yourself. And don't get to the bathroom. Where the fuck are you, tree trunks? Okay. But this guy is hilarious. He headlines all across North America, and he's here for you tonight. Give it up for hilarious Todd Ness.
Quite frankly, this is looking a little dark for Chaparral, so might have to just hop off at the zoo and pretend that's where I'm going. That's the best part about stand-up, though, is I go everywhere. I see every city, you know. I'm in hotels all the time. A couple weeks ago, the girl at the hotel was super upset. She was like, "Sir, I just want you to know that this is sort of a bad weekend to stay with us, just so that you are aware. The slide to the pool, it's under construction." I'm like, "Yeah, is my room all right, or?" She's like, "Sir, your room is completely fine. I'm just saying the slide will not be available during your stay, okay?" And I was like, "Oh, is this To Catch a Predator? I don't understand why you're even telling me this. I'm a grown man with no children, and you're filling me in on the slide situation? If you ever see a man with no family just going down a slide, you call the police. He's living some life we don't agree with, you know?" She's like, "Well, don't worry, the slide's closed, but the hot tub is open. It's still available." I'm like, "Oh, what a dream come true. What a dream. You guys ever go into a public hot tub? Oh, right? You ever sober up while you're in there? And just see the other people? You're like, oh, I wouldn't even want to be on a bus with these humans." And here we are, having a bath. What a dream come true. Just rubbing feet under the water with complete strangers. And even if you're in there alone, you can't relax because you still got to deal with this mystery foam, and it's this thick. What is it? No one ever talks about it. I don't want to touch it. But then I think back to when I was a kid. I don't know if there wasn't lifeguards or if nobody cared, but I distinctly remember just grabbing handfuls of that and putting it on my face. Remember that? You're like, ah! Make a beard. You're like, "Mom, I'm a man. Look at this. I'm Santa. It's so itchy, but I'm Santa. I am hepatitis Santa, so..." It's gross. People bringing their bodies in this water. Dudes are covered in hair. Get out. Too much hair, sir. Get out. Body hairs, because I know body hairs don't stay on your person. That's what I know. Body hairs live a life of freedom. They go wherever the hell they want. They're everywhere. Mysterious places. Sometimes you see a body hair in a urinal. Girls, I'm sorry you have to find out like this. Sometimes you see a hair in a... Anytime I see a hair in a urinal, I always pause and I think, who is this guy? I don't know a lot about him. I know he's shaking too hard. I know that. Way too hard. Like, no one wants a drip, but if debris is coming off, dude, dial it back a notch, you know? Goodness. It's weird because hotels, they want you to use the hot tub, right? But they don't want you to use the towels. They hate that, right? They got all these like messages about the environment to stop you using them. They don't even make sense. You get in your room and they're like, please help us save the Amazon by hanging up your towel. What are these, made of wood? What are you talking about? Every time you use a towel, we have to kick 7 beavers right in the face. So, is that a real stat? That's a lot of beavers. You know what they are saying, which I actually agree with, is they're like, treat these towels with respect like you would a home towel. Because hotel towels are the most disrespected cloths in the world, right? You think about how you use a towel at home, you use it, you hang it up nicely in case people come over, right? A hotel towel, you barely touch your face and you chuck it in the corner. Done. 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 Gross. It just touched me. Never again. Kick it away. Never again. That will never touch me again. Gross. You wasted so much. You're like, what is that? 1 drop of water on the counter? Got to clean that up. I'm going to use a big one for that 1 drop. A whole body towel. A lot of little ones left. I don't like those ones. I want to use a big one right here. And you throw it, you know what? Behind the TV. Make her look for it. That's going behind the TV now. That's what I like. I'm very good with my towels at home now because I've grown as a person. I'm an adult and I live with my girlfriend. So that's one of our rules. So we hang up our towels. We have rules now. We have plans. We have to make plans. That's what I've learned. When you live together, girls love to have a plan. What are we doing? And then what? How do you think that will end? I'm like, it's Wednesday. Why don't we just go outside? This is ridiculous. All right? We can't even go to lunch because I'll be like, hey, do you know what you're going to get? She's like, I don't know. No. What are we doing for dinner? I'm like, oh no. We're doing lunch right now. She's like, yeah, but what if I get a quesadilla for lunch, and then it turns out we're going to have a quesadilla for dinner? I'm like, then I guess you're going to eat 2 quesadillas, aren't you? What are you, the Queen of England all of a sudden? She has to plan things so far ahead that I don't even think about, right? She's like, what are we doing Sunday? I'm like, I don't know. Are we drinking on Sunday? Maybe. If we're going to drink on Sunday, I need to know about that by Thursday. Why? She's like, because I have to wash my hair on Friday. Like, what are you talking about? It takes your head 3 days to dry? You're gonna have pneumonia. You can't drink. And I'm like, you just had a shower. She's like, that wasn't a full shower. That was a body shower. What? They're all body showers. What are you talking about? Girls have different kinds of showers. Isn't that weird? I didn't even know that was an option. Guys only have one kind of shower. It's called a shower. Right? We got a short one and a long one. That's all we have. Under a minute, over a minute. That's all we've got. Even public showers are completely different. I have no idea. Like the men's public shower is just an open pit. There's no rules. There's not enough shower heads. It's like Mad Max in there, right? And I thought women had the exact same setup. For years I thought that. And I started watching a lot of internet videos. And I don't know if they knew they were being filmed. But the point is, women have like privacy. You have a cubby that you go into. You have a curtain. You close the curtain. You go, this is taken, please. Don't come in here. Thank you. This is taken. We don't have a cubby or a curtain in the men's shower. I can tell you this right now. If we had a cubby with a curtain, there was some guy in there. none of us would trust that guy. We'd all be huddled outside the stall like, what the hell is he doing in there? Hey man, quit being a weirdo. Get out here and show us your junk right now. I want to see it. You be one of us. Because you can't body shame a guy. That's why we have no privacy. You can't hurt someone's feelings. Even if your worst enemy was in the shower with you. What are you going to say that's going to hurt his feelings, right? You're like, oh crap, Steve's here. Yo, Steve. You got an ugly dick, dude. I guarantee Steve's not over here like, oh no. Oh, now I have to quit hockey. Oh no, my ugly dick. You'd be like, yeah, yours is gross too. They're all disgusting. I think they've been run over by a bicycle, you know? I only really shower after the gym. That's the only time. I don't even know why I go to the gym, to be honest. I do bench press for what? For what? It's you. All you get is that right there. That's all you have. It's stupid. I can't even use it for anything, right? Unless you want to fight. You want to fight me? You want to fight me? You better hope you're not right there. You better hope. I'll shove you till you change your mind, dum-dum. What a useless exercise. You get so good at bench, no one would even know it, right? Only in the gym. Unless you're at some weird scenario at some type of house party, and at some point, whoa, a bookshelf falls on my chest. Huh? It's exactly 185 pounds. And everyone's there like, oh my God, should we help him? And I'm like, no. I can do 6. The girl's like, wow, he is so cool. It's just... It's weird, right? So we live together, we talk a lot. We love to communicate, I've learned. We love to communicate at night when I have the least energy. That's when we like to talk. And that was tough for me to get used to when we first moved in. She's so thoughtful. Every single night she'd ask, hey, how was your day? How was your day, right? That's a tough question for a man. You ever think about how your day went? You're like, God, I don't even know how I got home, to be honest. Pretty sure I ate a sandwich and felt nothing. I think that happened. And we did that for months. For months. Every single night. Hey, how was your day, right? And then one night she was like, have you ever noticed that I ask how your day went every night? I said, oh yes, I've noticed. She's like, you ever notice that you've never once asked how my day went? And I was like, what kind of a psycho waits 3 months to correct that? How about day 3? You're like, could you ask back? She sat on it for months. And I felt terrible, right? I had to explain to her, I was like, the only reason I've never asked how your day went is only because I don't care. At all. Any man who's too afraid to laugh at that can leave the show right now. I love you. I care about you more than anything. But your day, you're gonna blow. Would you have lunch on a pirate ship? None of that happened. Now, I'd like to clarify, these are not things that I said to her. That's what my brain said to my brain. What I said to her was, wow, oh my goodness, how was your day? She's like, well, I talked to my boss today, and I got a raise. So big whoop. And I'm like, okay. That sounds like really good news. You don't sound very excited, though. She's like, yeah, it is good news. Sorry if I sound a little upset. It's just I got a raise, and I really wished I could have told you about it. I'm playing the tapes back in my head like, with all due respect, I believe you literally just told me about that. She's like, yeah, but only because I brought it up. I'm like, oh, what the hell is going on right now? Why are we reverse engineering a conversation? I don't even know if that's wrong. I think it's just a difference in how we communicate, you know? Because I know I've never had something that I really want to tell her. I think about it all day. And I rush home from work. And as soon as I get there, I sit on the edge of our bed. And I think to myself, as a man, oh boy, I sure hope she asks all the right questions. So I can bring this up tonight. But you have to have talks in a relationship. That's very important. The rule is you both are either drunk or you're both sober. That's very important. Don't do it lopsided. We tried to have them when she's drunk and I'm sober. I can't even keep up. She'd be like, I don't know, sometimes it's the other couples, and I feel like we don't even know each other. I'm like, well, we've been together for 6 years, so I think I know you really well. She's like, you don't know the real me. I'm like, what, do you fight crime at night? What are you talking about? But I don't blame her, man. I have emotions, but it's tough to show, and I don't know why, you know? I don't know. I saw a report on the news. They tried to figure it out. They did a study, and they're like, men don't feel comfortable showing emotions because they're worried other men are going to make fun of them for that. I'm like, okay, did you interview 9-year-olds? Like, we're men, but we're still adults, you know? I play hockey every single weekend. I've never had some guy cross-checking me in the corner like, hey. I heard you were sad the other day. Don't pass the Todd, he's a loser. We're just good at different things. She's really good at emotions. I'm good at shopping. So I do that. I don't like shopping, but I'm good at it. I want to get out of the store. I set a time record every time I do self-checkout. And you should too. Self-checkout is about speed. So if you screw up at self-checkout, just leave your stuff and go to a new store. Like an adult. Don't hang around and push. I saw a grown man last week push the help button. Blew my mind. No shame, just a grown, help. Help. Couldn't do it, help. Send someone. He pushed the help button in front of his family. How could you ever respect your father if your first memory is him unable to buy a banana by himself? Like, this guy's an idiot. This guy's in charge of our house. Mom, Dad's trying to type onion with a U. It's gonna be a bit. He's buying a big bag of Union. I don't know how long this is gonna take. He's a dum-dum. I love self-checkout too because you're in control the whole time, right? You know what's gonna happen. You go to the regular till, sometimes there's a surprise at the end. Sometimes you're about to pay, you're ready to get out of there, you have a budget, and they're like, hey, would you like to donate to our charity for tonight? And you're like, oh, crap. What is it? And you're hoping she's gonna keep it quiet, but she announces it to everyone behind you. Yes, it's for children born without backs. What? They want to play basketball, but they can't because they don't have... You need a back to jump. You really do. You really do. And just... She shows you pictures. They're laying on the ground. They're rolling. It's a whole guilt trip. It's a whole production. She's like, would you like to donate $1 to these backless children. And you have to look this person in the eyes and go, no thank you. See the photos, not impressed. Not impressed. Here to buy a tennis racket, not a spine. I'll be on my way. The only charities I really like to give to are animal charities because that's their only way of making money. They can't get jobs. It's their only source of funds. Right? And I feel bad for animals. They're in the zoo. They shouldn't be in there. When they get loose at the zoo, I'm like, good for you. You know, go push a kid. I don't care. You're a monkey. You should be free. They lash out. Shamu killed a person years ago. Isn't that crazy? It's all these animals we don't suspect are going to do it. Shamu! All of our heroes from the 90s are terrible. Shamu, R. Kelly. We have... Those are the two I thought we could trust. I remember when it happened, too. Shamu killed the trainer, and SeaWorld came out, they're like, don't worry, because we have police investigating the situation. I'm like, what kind of a human cop do you put on a whale murder? This poor guy's got dusting an entire aquarium for finger. Like, I don't think in his hands. I don't. Sergeant, I think he used his mouth. It's so sharp. Probably the whale. That's our number one suspect. People have charities for themselves now, too. That's weird, right? People are like, hey, we're raising money. Can you click the link? You click the link, right? I mean, it's just, if I see one more GoFundMe campaign called Sarah Wants to Go to TD, but she forgot to work. Just donate some dollars. But maybe that's just my generation. We're obsessed with ourselves. The only pictures we even take anymore is selfies, right? That's it. Selfies is all the pictures. And I think the reason we get away with that is because everything is digital and you don't have to get your film developed anymore. Right? Could you even imagine rolling up to Zellers? Rest in peace. Rolling up. Back in the day with a roll of film that you knew was just 28 photos of your own dumb face. They wouldn't even develop those pictures. They would call the police. This psycho went to Europe. It's just, Germany. Look at these lips in Belgium. How about that? Lips are so big, I don't know why, right? Lip injections? That's so strange. Who's that for? It's so weird, right? I love a lady who just drinks wine and none of it goes in. I love that. Every beverage on the ground. You know. Why? If it's for you, if you're getting your lips made huge and it's for you and it makes you feel good, more power to you. Why not? You know? But if you're getting your lips all huge to try and attract guys, you can stop immediately. I'm just gonna be real. No guy gives a shit about lips. There's a lot of things we like about women's bodies, but I've never seen a girl walk by in my life where I'm like, my God. Did you see the mouth on that? Oh! I'd love to run up and just... That's actually a red flag to me, to be honest. You should look out for that, ladies. If you're ever on a date with a man who's actually into that, he's really into little bits and pieces of your face. He's gonna eat you. That's a serial killer right there. You say, my boobs are down here, you weirdo. What are you doing? You don't have to get your lips enlarged, ladies. We like you just the way you are. As long as your boobs are nice. And I can put up with some weird pipe cleaners on your mouth. I can do that. I do get jealous of boobs. Isn't that strange? I realized that about myself this year. I'm like, I think I get jealous of boobs, you know. I don't want to have boobs. I just like the concept, right? A genital you can show off. I'll never have that feeling. Right? There's no sexy outfits for dudes. No sexy attire. You don't get to show up in the new year at the office. Makeover. Push-up jeans. Teaser amount of nut hanging out the top. New year, new me. Wow, did Daniel get promoted? He is so confident. Yeah. They're disgusting. That's why, you know, sometimes they're like, hey, why don't you check your balls for lumps? I'm like, have you ever felt a ball? The whole thing is a lump. What are you talking about? I need 3 people to hold it still so I can even assess. All right, everyone take a corner, because I don't... They moved again! So slippery. You gotta protect them too, right? You wanna have kids, you gotta protect them. I think about that now. Do I want children? I don't know, right? They're very expensive. My goodness. I had no idea. I looked it up. You want one kid? Just one. It's $300,000 to raise it from 0 to 18. 300 grand. That's right. Yeah. And by the way, that isn't for like an amazing Olympic kid that you want to show to people. That's for like a base model Steve. You know? Works at Foot Locker till he's 40. Shoes are my passion. They're so expensive, right? You're adult. When you become a parent, you just become a fundraiser all the time. I played sports when I was a kid. Fundraising all the time. Bottle drives every weekend. The worst way ever to raise money, you know? And I also realized that bottle drives are only successful if you are a child. That's very important. I did not know that until last year. We tried to do one for my men's league hockey team. Just a bunch of full-grown adults fanning out in the neighborhood. Hi, we'd like to go to Lethbridge for a hockey tournament. You guys have... They're like, oh, why don't you get a job? How about that? You guys are, what are you, 30? Why's your mom driving you around? That's our team mom. She does. They did that one year. They put my mom in charge of the bottle drive. Are you kidding me? She'd never been to the bottle depot. She didn't even know how it worked. She didn't know the prices are set. She thought it was like an appraisal situation. This poor bottle guy, man. She's taking stuff out of our cart. She's like, okay, how much is this worth? Here. This guy's like, 10 cents, you know. She looked at me, she's like, this guy's screwing us right now. She's like, okay, this is a much larger container. How much would this be worth here? He's like, 10 cents. She's like, unbelievable. Finally, she was like, okay, I was gonna save this to last, but this guy's a real grinder, you know? All right, this one, check this out. It's got its own handle. You can fill it, you can pour it. Look at that. How much is this worth? And finally, I was like, Mom, you need to stop, okay? You think this is gonna turn into some kind of Antiques Roadshow situation? This guy's like, oh my God, let me see it. Oh, do you have more? From the Sunny Delight collection. Look at this beautiful piece. Label looks great. Handle intact, absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I always look for, original lidding. Wow. I mean, that could go for 10 cents. That's all. You gotta teach your kids things too, right? Teach them about drugs. My mom taught me about drugs by lying. That was her method. She actually came into my school as a guest speaker one time for marijuana. My mother came into my school as a guest speaker for marijuana. Let me say that one more time. My mom came into my school as a guest speaker for weed. My mom is not a social worker. She's not Jamaican. There's no reason. She had one story. She's like, Mommy knows the guy who did the weed one time. And he died. Like, was he on the Titanic when he tried it? You can't just say things. And now when you have a child, you got to put on a big production, right? You got to have a gender reveal. Whoa. Whoa. I went to one last summer because I didn't know what it was. I was pumped. I showed up early. I was like, I'm here. I've had a few drinks. Let's start revealing genders. I brought my shorts. I'm ready to go. Start with the adults. I got some guesses. Let's go. She's like, no, Todd, this is for our child. I'm like, that sounds inappropriate to me, though. So this girl, her gender reveal was balloons. She's like, listen, this is what it is. The balloon, we're going to release them. If the balloons are pink, that means our baby's going to be a girl. I'm like, okay, I think I got it. She's like, no. Wait till you hear the second part. The balloons might be blue. That means it's going to be a boy. I'm like, yep, that's what I guessed. Didn't need the whole half of that instructions. She's like, we're going to go in the backyard. We're going to release the balloons. And we're going to find out at the exact same moment what gender our baby is. And I'm like, okay, sweet. Which one are we all cheering for? And she was like, no, Todd. That's not the point. We're not cheering for one or the other, okay? We will be excited no matter what. So if the balloons come out and they're blue, we cheer. And if the balloons come out and they're pink, we cheer. And I said, oh, amazing. I guess my only follow-up question to that would be, then why the hell are we doing this? It's not a reveal if it doesn't matter. This is my entire Saturday. There should be a 10% chance those balloons are black. And there's a lot of questions. So like I said, my mom came in as a guest speaker for marijuana, but then when we should have had a guest speaker, no one. They didn't hire a third party, which they should have, right? Just my dusty old social studies teacher showed up with bags of stuff. You know when even the teacher is nervous? He's like, sit down and close the blinds. I don't know if this is legal right now. It's like, I want everyone to look around, see who's in class today, because in just a couple of minutes, we're going to help each other learn how to put on condoms, okay? I was like, what? Excuse me, dibs Jessica, right away. Dibs Jessica. Yes! He was like, Todd, put your hand down. That is so inappropriate. We all dibs Jessica. So, it's obvious. He's in jail now, don't worry about it. But he's like, we're not going to use ourselves, but we are going to use some fruits and some vegetables that I picked out. And this is the part of the story that I will tell you guys I still think about twice a month. Because I don't know where this guy went grocery shopping. I have been to every farmer's market since. I remember he stood at the front of the class and with a straight face just started handing out 13-inch Ecuadorian bananas. And all the boys are in the back of the class like, what now? What? What's going on up there? And a silent panic broke out. None of us made a sound, but our faces were like, no! None of us! I got my own lunch open. I was like, you get those baby carrots in rotation right now. We have to save a few. Do you know how traumatizing that is for a young man? This is the first girl you've ever loved, and you're just watching her slip away. With a banana. I remember her saying things like, my goodness, it's so heavy. Heavy? I thought maybe when I'm older. Oh no. I'm a grown man. I've never heard heavy. In my life. I don't know if I believe it if I did. I would assume it was sarcastic if she's like, I can barely lift it. Oh my goodness. I gotta change my shoes. Whoa. So I shop for a house. I'll buy anything. I'm not afraid. I will buy tampons. I'm not afraid to do that, right? I'll do it. But I need information, don't I? First time she asked me to pick them up, no details. She just threw it on the list with the groceries. It was like bread, cheese, tampons, 24. And I'm like any man, the first time you read that, your first thought is, that is way too many. 24, a flat? What are your friends coming over? What are you talking? Let's get a six-pack and see how we're doing, you know? And I don't know what's good. How would I ever know what's the right one to get? Commercials are useless. Tampon commercials? I don't even know who writes those. I saw one, this girl snowboarding. She's all like, yeah, these. I'm like, whose life is that, you know? I've seen my girlfriend during that time of the month. I will do whatever she needs to help. I don't recall her one time waking up like, oh, I'm so bloated. Can you take me to the skate park? I'll go get my board, quick. I want to be on the half pipe when this hits. Let's go. This is what I do it. Luckily, while I was there was a sales guy, and that was very helpful to me, you know? Yeah. Well, I agree, because when I started talking to this guy, I'm like, oh, this is not a sales guy. Because that does not exist. This is some poor kid who works in electronics that I've sucked into my situation. But it's his first job, so he's trying to do good, right? He's like, okay. I can help you, no problem. How hard could this be? Wow, it's a whole aisle now. Wow. Look at that, lots of options. Does she play forward or defense? This one has a string if she gets lost. And that's why I started thinking, I'm like, I don't even know if this guy knows what he's talking about, right? Because he started asking me things that I don't even think were relevant to the purchase. He's like, before we even get into that, what size is your girlfriend? And I'm like, size? For tampons? I think like a 2, dude. 2? Maybe 1 in the winter. Is there a winter version that we should get? I was worried that wasn't even the measurement either, man. I was like, what if he's like, what's the depth? God, depth? Pretty deep, dude. Like, I never even touched the backboard on that basket. I got one more thing for you guys, but I want to say a huge thank you to everyone coming out tonight. This is the stage. I have my very first set ever, and I'm back 10 years later to film my first comedy album, so it's sort of a full circle thing. Thank you guys very much. 10 years later, still talking about vaginas, how I've grown. I've grown so much as a comedian. For my birthday a couple years ago, I got KY gel. You guys ever mess with that? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, now's a good time to get weird. How about that? Like, this is a dry crowd, buddy. We don't need that for our ladies. KY gel, man. Not even from a girlfriend, just my guy friends got me a tube. It's always nice when your 9 best friends manage to pool $13 and get you a gift. Stupid novelty gift, but after they were gone, I was like, it's my birthday. So I tried. And I will say this, they got the cheap gift, but they did get the premium product. This was the premium KY gel. This didn't have 1 temperature on it. This had 2 temperatures. Okay? It starts off cold. Why that's part of it, I have no idea. Cold doesn't turn anyone on. You ever been in a blizzard? You're like, oh, so horny from this. Oh my God, I can't even shovel the driveway without hitting this boner, dude. This big Canadian boner out here. Oh! Put my hand in the freezer. So it starts off cold, and that's not the fun part, that's the scary part. It's nothing sexual yet, you're just afraid. You're an adult, it's numb, or things gonna fall off. I don't know what's happening. You're scared, you wanna bail, but you know what else you are? You're an adult, and you're patient. Because that's what your grandma taught you. It's a weird time to think about her, but that's what she taught you. So you hang in there, right? And look at that, a miracle. It goes from -30 to 22 degrees and sunny on your dick, just like that. Oh my God, it's like jerking off in a Chinook. And this is where we had a bit of an issue, guys, because guess what? Oh, it didn't stop at 22 degrees. Just kept getting hotter to the point this was now an emergency situation. I'm not about to call an ambulance because I'm creaming in a guest bathroom. So I go back to the label right away. I'm looking for a dosage, right? Maybe I was supposed to mix it with milk. I don't know. Slapped it straight on like a cowboy, right? Looking for an emergency hotline, doesn't help. At one point I actually looked for a Wemyss symbol. It's just a skull with 2 dicks and a hexagon. There's nothing. I go back to the sink, I can't wash it out. The dogs are barking, they sense trouble. So I go back to the tube one more time, I turn it to the front, and that's when I realize A535 the whole fucking time. Thank you very much, Calgary. Thank you so much.